Hello and welcome to Inside the Inferno. I'm Adam Cunin and alongside me is Kobe Bronstein. We have a packed show for you today with everything you need to know about Arizona State sports.
Yeah, that's right, Adam. Across the board, Sun Devil Athletics had an impressive week, and we'll begin with the team proving a lot of doubters wrong in the early going. ASU football gutted out a victory last Thursday at Texas State to keep their undefeated season intact. Sophomore wide receiver Jordan Tyson put up numbers in his best performance donning the maroon and gold and doing it in his home state of Texas. Inferno Intel reporter Jesse Davis has more on Tyson's electric performance.
Thanks, Kobe. Arizona State wide receiver Jordan Tyson had his first breakout game with the maroon and gold in a winning effort against the Texas State Bobcats, where Tyson hauled in 6 receptions for 120 yards and a touchdown. What was evident from Tyson was his big playability down the field and his run after the catch, displayed on his 52-yard touchdown catch from quarterback Sam Levitt, with 3:48 remaining in the second quarter. In his freshman year in Colorado, in 2022, Tyson hauled in 22 receptions for 470 yards and 4 touchdowns. With how successful Cam Scadaboo has run the football for Arizona State this season, it should continue to open up things nicely for the Sun Devils' aerial attack, with Tyson acquiring a consistent amount of targets. Tyson has all the tools needed to become a prolific wide receiver, and it will only be a matter of time before he gets some more opportunities on the gridiron. He will look to have another huge game this Saturday on the road taking on Texas Tech, where Arizona State will try to push their record to 4-0. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jesse. With this being the Sun Devils' first time with a 3-0 record since 2019, there is a lot of pressure on them to perform once again this weekend against the Texas Tech Red Raiders, who are also coming off a big win from last weekend. Our Andrew Burnson has more on what we can expect on Saturday.
This Saturday, the Arizona State Sun Devils will be in Texas for a second straight week to face off against the Texas Tech Red Raiders for their first Big 12 game in program history. The Sun Devils look to have their first 4-0 record since 2016, while the Red Raiders look to bounce back from a rather shaky start to the season. The key matchup for this game revolves around the 2 workhorse running backs. Arizona State senior running back Cam Scadaboo has already amassed 373 yards and 3 touchdowns on 68 carries. While on the other side of the football, Texas Tech senior running back Taj Brooks rushed for 109 yards and a touchdown with only 17 carries in the Red Raiders' victory over North Texas. Both teams will be looking to achieve their first Big 12 Conference win of the season, in which should be a highly competitive contest. The teams will square off tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Andrew. Despite suffering its first loss of the season to Nebraska, ASU volleyball still clinched 2 sweeping wins in the Nebraska Classic. The Sun Devils carried these wins back to Tempe as they played Game 1 of the Webb Burbridge Classic against Prairie View NM Thursday morning. Our John Kinney has more.
The Sun Devils opened up the Webb Burbridge Classic on Thursday morning with a dominating sweep over Prairie A&M. The Sun Devils started out strong in the serving game in the first set, where they had 4 serving aces. The Sun Devils were led by junior outside hitter Bailey Miller with 9 kills. The difference in the match was the hitting percentage. Prairie View had a hitting percentage for the match at .082, and the Sun Devils had a hitting percentage of .347 for the match. Mary Stroll also led the Sun Devils with 20 digs in the match and picked up her 1,500th career dig in the match against Prairie View A&M. After the game, head coach J.J. Van Neel talked about his team's performance after their win against Prairie View A&M.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's phenomenal to be home. Being on the road, I think I've mentioned this before, but you schedule your preseason and you look and you're like, oh, we're going to Nashville and we're going to San Diego and you got all these cool trips, but it's a grind, and it's really nice to be at home, sleep in our own beds. I know the players love it, and it was nice to see us come out and execute. Pretty flawed. We got a few things we missed, but we did a pretty nice job. So.
The Sun Devils will be back in action tomorrow when they continue play in the Webb Burbridge Classic when they take on Memphis at 7 p.m. right here at Desert Financial Arena. In Tempe, John Kinney, Inferno Intel.
Thanks, John. The Sun Devils are seeking to extend their win streak to 4 by the end of the Webb Burbridge Classic this weekend against Memphis and Montana State. Ernie Jimenez puts these matchups under the microscope.
Thank you, Kobe. After 3 weeks on the road, the number 14 Sun Devil volleyball team is back in Tempe for the first time this season, hosting the Webb Burbage Classic at Desert Financial Arena. Arizona State welcomed Prairie View A&M yesterday, will welcome Memphis later tonight, and Montana State on Saturday afternoon. The Sun Devils are coming off a 2-1 weekend at the Nebraska Classic. While Arizona State suffered its first loss of the season to number 5 Nebraska, they swept Wichita State and Long Beach State in 3 straight sets. In yesterday's matchup against Prairie View A&M, the Sun Devils secured a dominant victory, sweeping the Panthers in 3 straight sets in their first ever meeting in school history, moving their season record to 9-1. Looking ahead, ASU will face Memphis tonight and close out the tournament against Montana State on Saturday. Some key players to watch include graduate libero Mary Shaw, who was named Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week, and Claire Jeter, who currently holds the highest hitting percentage in the nation at .549. This weekend should provide another exciting chance for the Sun Devils to continue building on their strong start this season. Back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Ernie. ASU Golf is back on the course for this year. This weekend, the women's golf team will take on the Mason Rudolph Championship as the men's team plays in the Fighting Illini Invitational. Our Johan Lopez has all the details.
Thank you very much, Adam. The ASU men's golf team officially kicked off their season in style, winning the Saha League Players Championship with a team score of 7 under 857, ahead of Florida, who finished second at 4 over 868. There were 4 Sun Devils that placed in the top 15, with Scottsdale's very own Preston Summerhays and Spanish native Jose Lele Ballestar placing second individually, with each shooting 3 under. Both seniors carry high expectations coming to the season, as Jose Lele being the reigning U.S. men's amateur champion, and Summerhays, who ranked as the top rising senior by PGA Tour University. ASU is currently ranked number 2 nationally by USA Today, and they will head to Illinois to compete in the Fighting Illini Invitational, looking to have another successful outing. Now on to women's side of golf, who's coming off an impressive start as well, as they placed 4th overall in the Annika Intercollegiate Tournament, as Patience Rhodes placed 6th overall in the tournament, and there was a total of 3 Sun Devils that was finishing in the top 15. ASU has a great track record competing in the Mason Rudolph Championship, as just last year they placed 4th overall. This tournament will also be a great test for the Sun Devils, as they will compete against a wide range of national contenders like Texas and Northwestern. The Sun Devils are currently ranked number 9 nationally, according to USA Today, and they will look to continue their early season success. Back to you, Kobe.
Thanks, Johan. ASU soccer suffered their first loss of the season back on September 12th against BYU 1-0 in Provo, and had a full week without matches to make adjustments. Our Sammy Califf has more on how the Sun Devils rebounded and notched their first conference win in the Big 12.
Thank you, Kobe. Houston, you had a problem. Unfortunately, the problem couldn't be solved as ASU was able to overcome Houston last night 2-0 in Big 12 action. The Lady Sun Devils extend their record to 6 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses, getting back on track following last week's loss to BYU. Kira Blundell got the party started in the first half when she netted the goal from a distance to make it 1-0. That wasn't the end, however. Blundell took a penalty kick and scored a brace to put the Devils up 2-0. It's been a very long road trip for ASU. They were in Utah last week. They were in Houston last night, and they will be at the University of Central Florida on Sunday, ESPN Plus at 9 a.m. It's almost like getting up to watch a Premier League game. Back to you, Kobe.
Thanks, Sammy. With only 1 loss so far this season, Sun Devil Soccer will look for its second win against a Big 12 opponent this Sunday against the University of Central Florida. Here's our Maya Hall with what we can expect from the Sun Devils this weekend.
Thanks, Adam. ASU is heading to the Sunshine State this Sunday to face the University of Central Florida. The last matchup between these two teams was back in 2019, where ASU suffered a tough loss. However, this season, the Sun Devils are ready to rewrite that story, having already scored an impressive 21 goals. Offensively, ASU is primed for a fierce battle. All eyes will be on junior goalkeeper Pauline Nels. Nels has been instrumental in the team's success, playing a crucial role in securing ASU's first Big 12 conference win and recording her 5th shutout of the season. With her leading the defense, the Sun Devils are determined to make a statement against the Knights. Back to you guys at the desk.
That's a wrap for the show and what we had on tap today. And Adam, it was fun to share the desk with you.
Make sure to stay up to date with our in-depth coverage of ASU athletics throughout the year on our website, infernointelmedia.com, and on social media at Inferno Intel. For Kobe Bronstein and our entire crew, I'm Adam Cunin. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Inside the Inferno.